Welcome everyone to the return of How Bad Is It? This is the series where I buy non-LEGO branded brick building products and then I review them here and tell you how they compare to something I know very well, which is LEGO. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a product that I bought at an amusement park that Clark and I went to called Dutch Wonderland. This is their mascot. His name is Duke, and this was a toy that they had there of unknown branding, but it is branded by Dutch Wonderland. It's 54 pieces. This sold originally for $10, but I guess no one wanted to buy it, so it was on clearance for $3. And I thought for that, I had to pick it up and make a little entry here for you guys in How Bad Is It on Duke from Dutch Wonderland. Now, obviously, I picked this up at the gift shop at Dutch Wonderland, and as such, the price of this, now that I'm thinking about it, originally was actually way more expensive than what LEGO would be. This is only 54 pieces, which puts it in the realm of a bigger size poly bag, but asking $10 for this was kind of crazy. I did notice here, though, we do have some branding on this. CharlesProducts.com actually makes this. Made in China, of course. But let's crack into Duke here, and let's see what this looks like. From the front of it, as you can see here, I feel like it's comparable to LEGO. It looks like it's going to be compatible. And I think that's what a lot of parents maybe fall for. They're like, oh, it's a LEGO set. And to some people, it's close enough. But we do have a sticker sheet in here, which just says Duke. And then there's some eyes, I guess, for the white piece there. Ooh, I think we have an instruction manual in here, too, thankfully. And, oh, boy. Okay. So it's one of these kinds. So this is where you're starting out. And as you can see, you're building your way down. All the pieces that are already on there supposedly are kind of like that bluish purple color. And then as you go through, after a total of 11 steps, you're going to have yourself a dragon built. Here's a look at the pieces. Just looking at these as they are, you can kind of tell the plastic's not going to be great, but my expectations aren't either for what it is. So let's possibly open this. Maybe we'll crack over this way. The classic opening. And as you can see, this is all mainly just bricks. I think it's all bricks, except for a couple slopes, and then we've got some studs in here as well. Anyways, I'll take these instructions here, build this up, and we'll answer the question, how bad is it? I'm going to pause our time lapse here. I am on step number 5, and I cannot tell what is going on here. You can barely see the studs at all. I was kind of using more of like the front of the box in the previous steps than the instructions, because that's such a better image. And I think I might have to use that going forward to build this thing, because that's just nightmarish. I know what pieces I need to use, but like, yikes. As for the feeling of these, their clutch power is decent, like they are going on there okay. You can definitely tell that these feel like a cheaper plastic than what LEGO uses, even though they kind of look like LEGO pieces. It's not a great experience, and getting them to actually, in my words, scrunch down isn't great. This is kind of what I expect from a product like this, so I'm gonna push through and we'll build this guy up for you, and I'll give you my final thoughts when he's done. I keep thinking the next time I'm going to talk to you is when this thing's done, but here we are in step 7, and there's an error on this step. Getting back to this step, I have everything built properly. Everything was good up until step 7, at which point you put that 2x2 yellow on there, which is on there just fine. And then on the back of this, they want you to have a 2x2 of the pink. If we put that on, that would go right here. If you look in front of that, there's a gap there. And the only other piece that could possibly go in front of that is this. But there is no gap, because there's nowhere else for it to go. These kind of go off to the side like this. They go 2 back. So that's going to go there. And this one, if these are actually scrunched properly, will go there. And these go in the back of this, like that. Okay, so we're all good here if I get that one in. But there's no gap there. It's impossible for there to be a gap, but it's here. So I guess I'm just going to continue on. These steps go left or right, so we'll just go with the next one and I guess hope for the best. I just finished the build on Duke, and he looks exactly like he does on the front, so I think I did something right there, but obviously I did something wrong because I have a piece left over. And when I went back through this and looked, I'm fairly certain it's from this Nightmare step, which is 5, that you can't tell anything that's going on there. So I decided what I'm going to do is actually make this model better by adding it to the back here so we can actually give Duke a proper tail. So I think maybe going like that makes it look a little nicer. You guys can decide on that. I do have some stickers to put on here, so we'll put his eyes on. Oh no. These are like those really bad stickers. I mean, can you see that? I complain about Lego stickers sometimes, but at least they are great quality. You don't really have issues like this. If I can, oh, there we go, I got it. Whew, that was close. I was really sad that he wasn't gonna have any eyes. We'll take that white piece off, and we'll put this across here the best we can. There you go. There's his eyes. Put those on. Okay. And now the Duke sticker goes on the front. That was kind of a nightmare. That goes on the front of him here. Looks like right here. Try to get the perfect application for this model because we want to have this thing on display forever, obviously. But there he is. There's Duke. Slight modification to the back with an extra piece that's somewhere inside of his body here. No one really knows where that thing went. But man, what are my overall thoughts on this? How bad is it? How bad is Duke from the building block company, Charles Products? Pretty terrible. I would feel really bad for a kid that went in there and was like, oh man, I saw this guy at the amusement park today. He was so cool. Look how awesome he looks. And you know what I really want is like a Lego version of him. And the mom's like, yeah, let's get this. And then the kid builds it and he gets these instructions that are they're just god awful. What I did find though is the best steps are the ones that have a little bit of other color in there because you can kind of see what's happening with those and then you guess around that. But these are very poorly printed. The pieces, like I mentioned earlier, stick together pretty well. In fact, so well that getting this apart I think is a little challenging. So that's good. I don't have any problems with any pieces falling off like you do with some non-Lego products. And as an actual model, I can't really judge the quality on that. It looks like a dragon in my opinion. You're just using basic bricks. That's about as close as you can get. His arms are a little weird on the sides, but it holds up, and as a display piece, once you get the sticker situation resolved, it's nice. I don't think that the $10 price point on this at 54 pieces is anywhere near worth what it should cost. Like, this should be a $5 product, and for that I think these would have flown off the shelves, but they sat at 10, no one bought them, and they had a whole wall of them there for $3, and we happened to buy one. And I'm glad I did. It was a nice experience. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this, the return of How Bad Is It, the series starring Duke, at least in this episode. We'll have a lot more stuff. I have many other products that I've already bought. I think I have like 3 videos lined up on this. And it's just a fun thing to see something different, something that's not Lego. Some of the products, they're going to be rough. Some of them are actually going to be pretty good. And you're going to be, as I kill Duke, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the quality of some products out there that exist that aren't Lego but are still good. But we'll be waiting for one of those. This week, it just wasn't in the cards. If you made it this far in the video, if you could leave me a like, I'd appreciate that. And subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, because I intend to make this a weekly series of showing non-Lego, off-brand brick building products, which is not an easy thing to say. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next How Bad Is It? Not starring Duke.